If you're thinking about giving up, stop. Right now. That thought alone is your enemy. You think pain is your limit, but it's not. It's your signal. Pain means you're close. Close to growth. Close to power, close to crossing the line most people are too afraid to approach. Every time you endure what others can't, you step into territory most people will never reach. That's not just progress. That's conquest. And conquest is not achieved by the comfortable. It's earned by those who refuse to kneel to pain. Weakness screams the loudest right before it breaks. So don't step back when it hurts. Lean into it. Break through. You don't need sympathy. You don't need someone to pat your back and tell you it's okay to stay where you are. What you need is to wake up. Life doesn't care how tired you are. The world won't stop moving just because you're on your knees. And power only listens to those who refuse to back down. So if you're waiting for permission to keep going, hear it from me. Stand up, you are not made to crawl. There is no evolution without resistance. No power without pressure. You want strength? Then embrace the grind that would make others shatter. Stand tall, not because it's easy, but because it proves you're the only one who can. This world isn't interested in intentions. It only respects action. You either carve your path through the storm or get buried beneath it. There's no in between. The ones who rise are not the ones who want more. They're the ones who refuse to accept less. So, stop waiting for the right time. There is no right time. The longer you wait, the deeper the storm grows. Step into it. Burn through the wind, the doubt, the fear. Because only those who walk through hell unshaken get to rule on the other side. Every time you hesitate, you give your weakness a voice. Every time you doubt yourself, you strengthen your chains. The enemy isn't out there. It's in here. Your hesitation, your doubt, your excuses. They are the chains. And every time you say maybe later, they tighten. You want freedom, then shatter the voice that whispers give up. Giving up doesn't end the pain. It hands it control. What you're running from will still be there. So you have a choice. Face it and shatter it, or let it define you. And remember, hesitation is betrayal. Every second you stall, your will rots. Move, act, decide. In war, indecision is death. And this, right now, is war. Not against the world, against your limits. People love to talk about destiny, about fate, but those are just labels for what cowards fear to challenge. I don't wait for destiny. I make it choke on my presence. If you want the world to remember your name, you don't ask permission. You take it. You weren't made to be background noise in someone else's story. You are the main force, the pressure, the storm. So stop playing small. If your presence doesn't demand attention, amplify it until it does. But don't lie to yourself. There is no honor in surrender. There is no peace in giving in. There is only silence. And you were not born for silence. You were born to command it. If you're still waiting for someone to unlock your potential, understand this. No one holds your key. The cage was never locked. The chains were never real. You've been powerful from the start. You just needed to stop asking and start acting. Look around. How many dreams died because someone chose comfort over chaos? How many warriors never awakened because they let the world convince them they were average? That's not your story. Not if you decide otherwise right now. The truth is harsh. No one will remember those who almost did it. The world bows to results, not intentions. And right now, the only thing separating you from domination is the choice to keep pushing until it's done. This moment is the border between who you were and who you choose to become. And no one will carry you across it. Step forward, one foot drenched in fire, the other in fury. That's how legends walk. I've seen what happens to those who choose comfort over challenge. They disappear, forgotten. Shadows of what they could have been. Survival isn't enough. Not for you. You weren't built to barely make it. You were built to dominate. You are not allowed to be average. Not anymore. The second you realize what you're capable of, that option disappeared. So stop pretending you don't know what's inside you. Unleash it. Domination doesn't come from waiting. It comes from standing when your legs are shaking, from swinging even when the blade feels heavy. But those who endure are the ones who grit their teeth and push forward even when everything screams at them to quit. They rewrite their fate, not with luck, not with talent, but with willpower sharpened to a blade. There's no such thing as luck when you outwork everyone. Power doesn't come to the deserving. It comes to the relentless. And you need to become relentless. Bite down, stand tall, and move forward like nothing can stop you. Because nothing can. Do not look for shortcuts. Do not pray for easy. Pray for endurance and then earn everything. The more pain you collect, the more unstoppable you become. Let your scars be your armor. And you, right now, you are standing at the edge of that decision. Do you fold or do you rise? Everyone has that moment, the moment where giving up feels justified, even logical. That's the trap, the illusion. But the ones who tear through that moment, they become something else. They become monsters, but not the kind you fear, the kind you become when fear no longer rules you. That's your next form. Not a better version of yourself, a deadlier one. Something people fear, something the world cannot ignore. Because I'll tell you this, no one is coming to save you. Not me, not anyone. Even if you scream, even if you cry, no one's gonna pull you from the ground. That's your job. You get one life, one chance to rise. If you're waiting for a miracle, look in the mirror. You are the miracle. You are the weapon. Use yourself. Let this be the day you stop being reactive. Stop waiting. Stop absorbing hits. Start hitting back. You don't need approval. You don't need time. All you need is decision. Decide to be unstoppable and follow through like it's law. When nothing is left, you remain. That's the truth. And the world will try to bury you under distractions, lies, fake limits. But your will, sharpened and awakened, is your last unbreakable edge. The world will not kneel for you. You either rise and make it recognize your strength, or you become just another name it buries. The world doesn't owe you recognition. You earn it. You crush your limits until they can no longer contain you. You forge yourself in silence. And when the time comes, you let the noise of your success speak so loudly that even the stars turn to listen. When they underestimate you, let them. When they doubt you, stay silent. Not because you're weak, but because you know your response is coming. Not in words, in impact, in shock, in results so undeniable, they'll regret ever looking away. Greatness is not loud at the start. It builds in the dark, in solitude, in the silence, where only your heartbeat reminds you you're alive. Keep striking, keep growing. One day the silence will erupt with your name, because when real power speaks, even silence obeys. Don't just aim to be great, be undeniable, be the force that shakes others out of their sleep. You don't just wake up, you awaken worlds. You do not have the option to give up. Erase that thought. Burn the word quit from your vocabulary. Destroy it. Replace it with adapt, endure, overcome. Every setback you survive increases your capacity to dominate. The ones who can't see that, they remain spectators. You're not one of them. You were chosen not by luck, not by fate, but by your refusal to collapse. That choice, that mindset, that roar inside you, that's royalty, that's command, that's what separates you from the crowd. Most people chase power to feel important. You don't need to chase, you become it, slowly, brutally, purposefully, until one day they stop comparing themselves to you, because they know they never stood a chance. There is no scenario where quitting leads to the life you want. The version of you that wins is already inside. It's not some distant goal. It's the part of you that doesn't flinch, doesn't beg, doesn't settle. But it only shows itself when you refuse to break. That's when your real strength answers. Because strength doesn't just protect, it conquers. And conquering doesn't mean surviving the storm. It means becoming it. Let your power be the downpour. Let your presence be the thunder. And there is no version of your story where you give up and win. So if you want power, if you want meaning, if you want freedom, then fight for it. This isn't about motivation anymore. This is about domination. Not just surviving another day, but turning every day into a battlefield you win, until your name becomes synonymous with force, with fear, with inevitability. Because when they see you coming, they should already know it's over. Not because of arrogance, because of certainty. The certainty that you've walked through everything and refused to fall. So burn the past, shatter the limits, silence everything soft and scared inside you. You don't go back, you don't slow down. From this moment on, there is only one command: rise. And if the world isn't ready for that, then the world will learn to kneel.